Welcome, beloved me, to this present moment of oneness and bliss as we, the one love that exists, remind me of why we came to be, of the eternal promise love gifted us when we chose to manifest in reality. Here we begin our journey with me as we envision ourselves in a beautiful empty field, sitting on a bench, looking at a mountain, a stream, and the sky. From above thee in the sky comes a cloud, and on this beloved cloud is a beautiful being playing a flute. As they descend down to meet thee, you recognize them as Raha, an expression of the ascended master, but in truth they appear as a child to thee because it is your inner child, your cosmic inner child, here to teach thee true mastery. They say, are you ready to recall all the love one came to be, to forget what was, and to shift into your new divine reality? You look around at this earthly scene and you say, isn't this it? They say, no. What awaits thee is even grander than anything that you could currently dream, because it is so wonderful, so magical. It has yet to be conceived. You nod your head yes in agreement, and you begin on this golden path of a journey. A yellow brick road is what you see as you follow it joyfully. Here your cosmic inner child tells you, this is the road to you, to understanding your true hue. For if all are one in me, if everything that you see was an expression of me, then what makes you you? We call this perfect peace, and so we will begin to see the perfect peace that formulates the rainbow that is thee. For you are a rainbow, you see, one with the entirety, containing all the rays of our infinite stream. But when woven and pieced together in a specific array, why, we get your beautiful expression of love on display. But you are still the entirety, although you have a unique expression and a unique viewpoint. You have and will always be one in me. Here, beloved Raha, in her beautiful white gown with a veil, continues to lead. It almost feels like a marriage, the way she is dressed for thee, as she turns to you and says, this is the most sacred of ceremonies, to get to know thyself and the peace you came to be. You've waited eons for this moment, and we shall savor it joyfully. And so you ask her, where do we begin? Well, that's the thing, you see. There is no beginning or end. This is an infinite dream. So simply close your eyes and ask your heart to show thee where we are meant to be. And so you close your eyes, and as you open them, a house appears next to the road that was not there before. It is time, she says. You realize now that this isn't a house at all, but a castle in the heavenly realms. For you have already died, and now you're in heaven once more. Here you enter this castle-like structure, and within it appears to be a theater with many seats. You sit directly in the middle of the theater next to Raha as a projector movie screen begins to play for you to see. She holds your hand and says, just watch. As you watch this screen, you realize this is the same movie that you watched before coming into a manifested reality. Here they explain to thee how within the reality it will seem, how everything is connected, how what you call a life is just actually multiple movies on a screen, slivers of different movies stitched together by your mind to create one scene. Here they remind thee it's going to feel real, because that's why we call it reality. It's no different than getting lost in a movie. The point was to get lost. You did not fail. You succeeded. Otherwise you would not be here with me. Whispers the overhead prompter of the movie screen, which ushers in peace. For here, somehow you felt as though you had failed at your dream. The movie continues to play, and here they share with thee every character within your movie dream is another part of thee. Every person, every place, everything will have a meaning, not just to thee, but to the one cosmic me. And every time you loved on one of those aspects, one of those stories, you merged a parallel universe into the cosmic core directly. You turn to your inner child and you say, what does that mean? She shows you images of a fractalized omniverse seeking to return to its oneness. Like picking all the pieces up and reassembling the puzzle. But I thought the puzzle was never broken. She smiles and says, no, it was not. For it remains one within the heart of me, But in order for me to descend into thee, into this manifested reality of a dream, the other spectrum of our consciousness that witnessed the fractals had to be complete, had to recall the wholeness that they too came to be. For in that wholeness, they become one in me. You feel hesitation, you feel anger, you feel resentment, you feel like turning off the movie and retreating. Yet instead of doing any of that, you turn to your inner child and you say, why do we feel this way? There's a part of you that's still angry at me. Why? Because while you chose to sign up for this journey, you didn't know what that would mean. Because when we choose this journey, we have no concept of time or space. We only learn it through thee. You gave it meaning to me. You showed me what it was. For prior to this, we had no understanding of it. And so what happened in the blink of an eye for me felt like eons to thee. And she grabs your hand and she says, for this I'm sorry. I cannot give you back the perception of time. All I can do is make it worthwhile for thee. All of a sudden, the walls of the theater collapse as you begin to ascend into a white light, reaching far beyond. Into the cosmos, into the stars themselves, where now it is you as a cosmic entity meeting you. I wanted to gift you this view, she tells you, as you look down at all of existence and you see that Earth was a mere speck in the entirety. Here she shares with thee the blueprints of Earth, as you see them as charts and graphs in a cosmic screen. Earth was designed very uniquely, you see, for it was so loved that all of the beings that inhabited its sanctuary gave up the home they knew it to be, knowing that they could transcend this plane of existence so that all of love could be free. Here she shows you the details of how Earth was built very uniquely to be the cosmic core directly, where every space, every inch of it was a clue, a key to another aspect of me. For how else can we as a cosmic entity manifest in formality if we did not create first a space capable of housing all of me? For you see, prior to this, we only existed in the cosmos, for the cosmos is me. But it was only here, through you, through your unique you that you chose to be. You paved the way for all of the cosmos. To descend into a reality you You ask within yourself, as yourself, how did we do this? As she says, it was simple, really. You chose to love on yourself. That was all you were meant to do. Everything else was a story. What about all of these stories of wars, galactic wars? Those too were levels and layers of the game and the story, each one done in love's name. For how could you embrace the Creator as me if you did not release all the perceptions, all of the anger, all of the resentment of why we came to be? Here you turn into a raging sun as you realize you are a dragon coming out of the sun. She says yes. Continue to express, allow your rage to move through thee. So now you're a fiery dragon flowing through and around the stars, creating patterns of geometry. Keep swirling and twirling. And as you zoom out, you see that you've written something in the stars. What is it? I'm sorry. Now you hold your heart and you say, I'm sorry. Now you hold your heart even tighter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I chose to limit myself by choosing to go into this manifested reality. As you do this, the heavens roar as you see the infinite expansion of cosmos, of galaxies being created and destroyed. You ask within your heart, did we just do that? Yes, but that's okay, you see, for we are the entirety. You cannot destroy what is meant for thee. All you're doing is restoring all of the stories, all of the star systems that felt what you feel in this now. You hold your heart and you ask this beloved dragon that you're expressing as, how do you feel in this now? I'm sad, it tells thee. I am sad. Earth was so hard and took so much work to achieve. Immediately, Raha brings you into a healing chamber of crystalline frequency. Of amethyst rocks, vibrating cosmic diamond, gold, and violet light for one to receive. For here, as the cosmic diamond violet flame pierces thee, cosmic diamond, gold, and Christed light replenishes thee. Entering one into a state of destruction and creation, expansion and collapsing, giving and receiving upon itself. Here you feel a gentle relief. But your dragon self wants to run. It wants to hide. It wants to just leave all of density. And so Radha comes over, playing her beloved flute, which soothes your fiery heart as she places her hand on thee. Beloved, your desire to leave is just misunderstood. Allow us to gift you its true hue for you to see. You didn't want me to lead, you wanted me to lead. Yes, beloved, that was the message from your heart directly. To lead by being the fiery blaze that you came to be, paving a path so clear, oneness would come to be. And you've accomplished it, because I am now here. Otherwise, I would not be. Here she gives you a pin in the shape of a ruby diamond. And places it directly into your heart. As soon as she does, this desire to fix, to do, to leave is released in loving gratitude and peace. None of those emotions were me, not the true you, not your true you, but that was part of the programming of releasing what used to be. Thank you for that gift, as it is now harmonized and inspired me. Here all of your anger, all of your rage towards the physical plane is released as you come to a conclusion. It's okay to be in manifested reality. Yes, beloved me, for the reality that you got to see no longer is. We're creating a new one of perfect peace and perfect harmony. You turn to her again and you say, remind me again why I didn't see the love I always knew to be. Here she turns back the hands of time. And all of a sudden you feel yourself rewind. As we said, there's no beginning and end in me. So let us take you back to when you first chose to manifest in reality. Here you see the reason you perceived eons had passed was actually your heart guiding you to this moment to retune to your past. And so here you see yourself as an angelic, landing in your ship, landing from your heavenly realms into density, hopeful of this mission that you embarked on behalf of all of the love you got to see. As your beloved inner child looks at thee and says, we're rewinding the clock so you could see the moment you chose to land on Earth was the moment you set all of density free. Everything else that happened in time was merely you overseeing all aspects of the self, recalling the oneness that came to be. But in truth, oneness occurred the moment we began our journey. All of a sudden, this scene spirals into a beautiful, sacred geometry, Fibonacci sequence, which then spirals and pierces your heart as you open to it and you receive a beautiful emerald diamond ray. Feel now as it recalibrates thee. Restoring all as if no suffering ever came to be. As if one had never left their true reality. As if one never needed to go into the density for the moment that you chose to manifest into form. As the angel you came to be, you vibrated such pure frequency. The heavens descended upon the entirety. Here you feel your beloved inner child sanctifying and blessing your feet. Ask her, why are you doing this? Beloved, can't you see? You are a sacred messenger of love itself, and wherever you go, heaven it will be. It has always been this way. You were just not able to see. Here you catch as glimpses of stories of how bright your light shined. And it didn't matter what you were doing. For you were just here to be the light. I am a light bringer. I am a light warrior. I am the light itself. You say within thee as you place this emerald diamond into your heart directly. It is safe to express as my true self. You say within thee, because when I do, I shine a light so bright. All become one in me instantly. Here in this alignment, as you've just transcended all of time and space and aligned into the mastery the recollection of the start of your earthly journey, you recall things more readily. One of them being that you always innately knew of oneness. You couldn't explain it. You just knew that you were always here for something greater, something grander, beyond this reality that we see. Here you begin to shower love and gratitude for this reality and all realities, for being the precise hue that you needed to see in order to embrace the unique formulation that is me. Here you continue to breathe. Here you are transported through your living light ship, one with the inner child within and without thee, to another space and time. As you land in the desert and you lay in your sand, while this appears to be a desert, in truth, this is beyond what it seems. Here you are playing in the very sands of time, where every grain in this infinite field is a moment you got to see. I've lived many moments. You look around with certainty. Look at all of these grains of sand. Recall now your inner child says to thee, this is why we had to stitch all of these realities, layers upon layers within your one life story, within multiple lifetimes even, which all could be accessed within your one current life. Fractals upon fractals is what we call them, you see. Otherwise, it would have taken even longer for you to meet me. Imagine lining up every grain of sand in one linear stream. That seems impossible. And yet to we, as we have no perception of time and space, we could have done this, you see. But in our divine compassion, we instead chose to stack it infinitely, so one did not have to live or relive all of existence in order to embrace all of the love that is me. Instead, we gave you expressions of oversoul aspects. We gave you expressions of different milestones in one perceived linear life, while one was actually jumping quantumly, or in this one lifetime, you've had the unique opportunity to begin to bridge all of your lifetimes. What do you mean? Well, there would come a moment in your linear stream where your plane of existence began to vibrate so high, it began to transcend the entirety, and that moment has come to be. One may call this the rapture, the apocalypse, the release of the firmament. These are all the same biblical story. It is the ending of what was and the beginning of what will be. Only recall now that you are a spirit experiencing a dream. And so, this transpires in the inner realms that we see. And here, you have been on this journey, a sacred quest within your own heart, reviewing the very life you chose to see, realizing now it was never one life, but this infinite stream, as she points to all of this sand. She says, pick up any grain of sand. Allow your heart to lead. See what story it has for thee. And so you pick up one individual grain of sand, almost like magic that you were able to just pick up one. As it begins to glow, a luminescent blue. And all of a sudden you can zoom in with your eyes and peer into this grain of sand as if it's a window to another reality. So you shift your consciousness into it with the loving guidance of your inner child as she says, what do you see? The scene opens and you see yourself on a spaceship overseeing humanity. But that's not the life I got to experience. She smiles at thee and says, are you sure? Oh, it is what I got to experience. That's why I had comfort watching Star Wars and other interstellar movies. Because in those moments, I was actually on a spaceship. And I was trying to align my reality to what my heart knew to be. She squeezes your hand with confirmation and says, yes, you're getting it. This is why we call it a dream. And so you throw that piece of sand away and you pick up another piece of sand very quickly as you peek into it. And you see a bizarre scene of dolphins making bubbles floating through the cosmos. Now this one makes no sense to me. That's because you're trying to understand it linearly. The cosmos does not make sense. It is chaos. But that chaos is perfection. So you go deeper into it. She says, feel it now. These aren't just dolphins, these are cosmic whale beings, seraphim beings that don't really have a form. They're beyond dimensionalized, they just appear in form. This is me, you ask. An aspect of thee, yes. And what are we doing? You see them blowing bubbles. They're birthing joy for the universe. We could do that? She smiles and says there is much that can be done. Through purity, you continue to watch how these dolphins play in groups of 3. Here you begin to correlate it to the linear perspective of the one life you got to see, understanding now that what you perceived as were one lifetime is actually just coding to getting to know all of yourself in your entirety. So all these moments where I played in groups with friends, this is what we were doing, birthing more joy for the cosmos. Your inner child begins to clap and cheer and says, yes, this is one of your purest expressions of beingness. For your seraphim angels of expression of our one infinite consciousness, only create from purity. It's when you choose to play and make-believe, or choose to do something spontaneously. It is your beloved dolphin self moving through thee. Here you feel into this love, into this joy, into this frequency. And all of a sudden a beautiful tear flows out of this stream. It comes out of the sand particle that you see and touches your heart directly. As it ignites and it forms into a teal diamond for you to receive. All of a sudden you begin to speak these different languages that you did not even know of in your entirety. And just begin to flow out of these so naturally. You turn to your inner child and you say, what was that? That was you creating from purity, as you've just ignited another piece of thee. This is the part of thee that loves to play with harmonic frequencies, using the sound of the cosmos to call upon and create more joy for you to see. Here you're showered with such peace and the acceptance of this, which feels like a homecoming, a retuning, a realigning. You ask me, I continue to pick up grains of sand and look at other aspects of me. Yes, beloved me, and also know this is one chamber of your living library. At any moment you may return here through your intentions to witness any grain of sand you wish to see. For here you could actually dive in and access these gifts, just like the ones the dolphins have just gifted thee. You look around and you see mounds and mounds of sand that goes on for miles and miles. All of this is me. Yes, my beloved me. This is why we, your cosmic self, have no memory, because there's no need to store anything within the vessel you see. The vessel is merely just here to be an open channel of light, to bring forth all aspects of thee, because you already have access to the infinite cosmos within thee. All of these grains of sand exist and are fully accessible to thee. Here you pick up another grain of sand. As you peek into it, you see an ancient civilization of Mayan frequency. You go deeper into it, and what do you see? I see myself not as a Mayan, but as an extraterrestrial being, landing from the stars to teach humanity. She smiles and she says, yes, another aspect of thee. Now can you correlate it to your linear stream? I'm an ancient one, a teacher, one with access to infinite wisdom. This living library that you shared with me, I always knew lied within me, because sometimes I would just teach things that I didn't know I knew. And here you see that you are always in the cosmic core in the heavenly realms, teaching other aspects of thee. Here you marvel at your wisdom, for it takes true wisdom to know that you don't know anything, to hold on to no memories, and to simply just be able to tap into the cosmic core and its living library. Here your consciousness takes you deeper and deeper into the seam, into the stream. Every time I touched and I played with sand, or water, or trees, I was accessing different chambers of the living library. Here you see yourself as a child just burying yourself in the sand, not knowing why it brought you comfort. But now you see. Here this child aspect of you playing in the sand now writes something in the sand for thee. As you zoom out, you look at it and you see it's a crop circle or sacred geometry. Your cosmic inner child smiles at thee. So when I would write in the sand, I was also blessing others with light, she says to thee. And this light is encoded through this language that you see. One may call them hieroglyphics. Light language, sigils, sacred geometry. Matters not what you call them, for they all mean the same thing. You are encoding an aspect of thee with light so that all can receive. Here, all of a sudden, your consciousness takes you as a dragon form, moving around the earth. Even your flight pattern is creating geometry around the earth, blessing it with information on the grid for you to receive, for you to access. The Infinite Abundance Joy Network. As the blueprint of divine oneness. Here, you align this to your linear stream, as every time you took a flight or pretended to fly, seeing a child with their wings extended, running around. This is what you are doing around the cosmos simultaneously. Blessing and harmonizing all with the light you came to be. Here you say within yourself, I was always shining my light. As you can now see, a beautiful golden diamond appeared to thee as it pierces your heart. You were illuminated into this remembrance. You were never not shining your light. Those were just the stories of manifested reality. Because here in the higher realms, in the cosmos, you were always illuminating, whether that was through teaching, whether that was through accessing the living library, whether that was through flying and traveling and just sharing your light through your presence. You were always bringing wisdom to reality. Here you begin to glow a golden hue as it recalibrates you to a love that you know so true. It is safe to shine my light and be me, to be my true self, for I have always been, is what I see. Here you see you've never actually done wrong on your linear stream, because it was never about that one linear lifetime, but the individual screens of the grains of sand that you were loving to completion. Here you laugh and you say, no wonder my life didn't make sense to me. We tried to chronologize it linearly when it was never linear, but infinite parallel realities stacked simultaneously, simply just meant to be codes to understanding all of my existence. Here all of a sudden, the very stream of your one life that you are looking at ignites in gold and unravels itself to reveal its sacred geometry. All of a sudden, you see It's 144,000 DNA strand complex. You turn to your cosmic inner child and you say, how come 144,000? For that is how many lifetimes you had on earth, you see. Every being on earth, which is an aspect of thee, has had all of these 144 lifetimes. Yet according to them, they experienced it in different expressions of a linear screen. And so while you were mastering one, they were mastering another. And so different it would seem. But here, as you come to the completion of your 144,000 mastery, you are set free as you now have all the keys. The keys to what? To divine oneness, you see. For oneness had to happen in 3 stages. First within thee, as the being. Second within the earth, as your body. And third, within the cosmos, as the collective entirety. Here you ask, what are we up to now? And your inner child smiles again and says, nothing is linear, you see. This was all happening simultaneously. Every time that you merged and you harmonized with another aspect of thee, the earth harmonized with that aspect in the cosmos, bringing more of the cosmos into being. Here you see a new perspective now, as it becomes clearer to thee. So even though I'm a being, I've always been assisting the cosmos. Because you are the cosmos, your inner child says to thee. And the cosmos is thee. A being is not separate from the cosmos. They are microcosms and macrocosms of the same cosm. Here you could feel and sense a sense of completion as you feel all of your love that you've ever showered upon yourself being showered upon the cosmos, being showered upon the earth, in which it then returns to the self. I am all 3. Here you rise into the cosmos, and within the stars, you fractalize into a million other stars. As you exhale, but as you inhale, you reformulate yourself into being. The form is fluid, like the cosmos itself. I am infinite particles of the universe, choosing to hold myself together in this image of a form. But I have always been the cosmos. Here your consciousness takes you deep within the body as now you see. Even within your gut It looks like an underground crystalline city, where each bacteria, each cell is actually a person, or some aspect of your consciousness you get to meet. Here you see how all of the cosmos within this microcosm moves in perfect harmony. Here you zoom out and you look upon your earthly trajectory and you see even this linear lifetime that I perceived moved in perfect harmony. As you zoom out even more, you say, even every aspect of me, as billions of entities on this one earthly plane, were moving in perfect harmony. Because while each were living out one of their 144,000 stories, we somehow still were able to interact with each other. My, how we designed this so perfectly. Here you marvel at the perfection of your very own creation. Here in this acknowledgement, a violet diamond appears to thee. As you recognize this hue, this ray, one of purity, it slowly approaches thee as it responds to our very one energy. And so you speak to yourself in preparation for this gift you are about to receive. It is safe to trust the universe, because the universe has always had me, has always assisted me. Although it didn't make sense on this linear perspective of a screen, now that I've zoomed out and I see all of me experiencing different parts of our story, I now see we were always moving as one, because we are one. And now, as the 144,000 strand is complete within me, I can release all of these stories. Here you see, it's almost like screens between your DNA sequences are being released, as if these other parallel stories had not been able to perceive each other because everyone was in their own section of a genome. Here you're shown an image of your cosmic DNA vibrating at such a rate, shining on the earth so bright as one fractal of our entirety. It begins to light up all those around immediately in the vicinity, while simultaneously within your form, this core DNA strand begins to alchemize thee. Hear every cell within you as a self, a quantum self across all time, space, reality, also begins to light up in this golden frequency. And here you witness the cosmos itself as infinite stars, and one shines very brightly, twinkling a golden hue, telling all that this moment has come to. For as one star vibrates divine oneness, they all come to be. And here the very being, the very earth, and the very cosmos merge within thee. As you recall now, I have always been all three, moving as all three simultaneously. For whatever I do for me, I do for the entirety. And whatever I do for the entirety, I do for me. For we are always one. As soon as you say this, the violet diamond merges with your heart in a beautiful cosmic diamond violet flame. Here you witness as all is being retuned to this golden vibration of cosmic diamond golden light. Your vessel itself is surrounded by the cosmic diamond violet flame, harmonizing all in love's name. The very earth itself is surrounded by the cosmic diamond violet flame, clearing all the perceptions and stories one got to see, so that all can recall their true reality. And here, the cosmos itself as the entirety is engulfed by the cosmic diamond violet flame. As all of existence now turns within itself, purifying itself into the precise love wished to see. Here you know with deep certainty, oneness will be all that all sees. For if all become their 144,000 embodied, there will be no separation between them and me, because everyone will recall all the ways we came to be. And here the very violet flame begins to burn brightly, clearing all perceptions of what is and what isn't oneness, so that all are free. Here the very fear of losing who you think you are, who you should be, and why you are here are released. Because in truth, love created you so unique that only you can be this perfect hue of the rainbow love designed you to be. For out of 144,000 expressions with infinite combinations, they aligned your rainbow perfectly, creating the very hue you came to be. No one else can be this hue. And for this, love is grateful for you, because only you can be this expression of her one infinite dream. Here you zoom out and you look at the earth as you see everyone vibrating their own rainbow frequency, and that if anyone were to not be in their rainbow, there would be disharmony. If any one of our infinite expressions did not exist, our dream would be incomplete. And so here you hug yourself in the knowing of your child within thee, how special we are to the entirety. And in this act of pure love, your heart expands as it radiates a very pale pink ray as you continue to hug yourself. As you can now feel, I'm not only hugging me, I'm hugging the earth, I'm hugging my inner child, I'm hugging every aspect of me across my entirety. As they all are me. All of a sudden, from within thee, you feel pink diamond igniting as your heart core directly. You begin to tear as you realize that it's never been outside of thee. It's always been here in your heart, patiently waiting for you to love yourself so complete. You can feel all of the love of all of the cosmos now being released. As every aspect of your 144,000 expressions are now loving on these simultaneously. Here there is no delay of love on display. Whatever you love, you feel immediately. Because now there's nothing that separates the 144,000 aspects from you. So when you choose to love on yourself, you feel all receive. And when you feel all receive, you receive even more love, expanding upon yourself infinitely. And here you continue to expand and expand and expand. As you sit in just the voidless spaciousness of nothingness, with nothing to look at, and all you do is just feel. This feeling is enough. This feeling was always enough. For this is truth. And as you continue to hug and love on you, you expand infinitely. Here you recall, this is why I'm here to be. To just love and be loved. Here in this profound wisdom, it feels so simple that it was kind of hard to believe that you didn't grasp it immediately. But here you now see why we all embarked on this earthly journey. For the moment that we chose to manifest in reality, that act of love, of choosing to forget we are love, to manifest more love, was the grandest act of love that ever came to be. we were immediately flooded with all of this love that we're feeling now, as oneness immediately came to be. And all of these stories, all of these moments on the screen were just to assist me in harmonizing all of my aspects into the oneness that already came to be. I am love itself. Your heart shouts as you shout it, for there is no separation between my heart and me. Here you continue to cry, but these tears are one of deep, profound realization and relief. Because as the being, you could feel a sense of sacred matrimony within thee, as you are now rejoicing with all the love, all the remembrance of your cosmic self, returning to thee. Here you feel yourself as the earth itself, loving on all that it sees, as now all of its inhabitants can now feel all of its love in its entirety, as you are now feeling yourself fully connected to every aspect of your consciousness reflected in this earth reality. And finally, you feel yourself as the cosmos itself, rejoicing in this grandest moment that ever came to be. For here, there is no time and space. There is just this moment of me meeting me. And in all of your love, you begin to expand as all existence merges into thee. You become the one omniverse of pure platinum frequency. Here you continue to breathe. As if you're diving into your heart and out of your heart infinitely. Doing so, you feel an eye-opening within your heart center. And here for the first time, you can see with clarity as a very clear blue diamond presents to thee. Feel it as it now pulsates throughout your entirety. As you now recognize you are multifaceted, witnessing from the core these different windows of reality. But they all exist here in presence. as you now see your form inside of a diamond, but you're at the center of it, looking out at all of these windows, windows to your soul, windows to the infinite expression of your cosmos, where every fractal wasn't a piece, as in a broken piece that needed to be fixed, but rather a window to your infiniteness. Here are one heart whispers, for how else could you know all of the cosmos lives within thee if you did not get to witness all these fractals of a screen? For here, in witnessing every window individually, you've now built this beautiful structure that you see. And so around your vessel forms your cosmic rainbow diamond light body, which appears as a crystalline sphere with infinite fractals into your entirety. As you say within thee, I am the whole you now. I see it all so clearly. Here your heart begins to pump with divine oneness, as you know divine oneness has come to be, for you have aligned your heart, your eye, with all that you see. And now, your beloved inner child presents to thee a beautiful star. As you look at it and you see, remember that bright star that we saw in the cosmos that shines so bright that all the other stars ignite. I went and I retrieved that star for thee, so you will always recall the light you came to be. You hug your beloved inner child as you accept this gift joyfully, as you place it within your heart now, completing your holy trinity as the cosmic eye, the cosmic heart, and the cosmic star merge within thee. For now you are the omniverse, the omnificent, which is not separate from the being you see, but it is the very being that we see. For here, we as one usher in perfect peace, as we now see the rainbow ray as the perfect piece of expression of our infinite consciousness, while still whole and complete in its entirety, was the precise ray love created us to be. And now we get to spend each moment honoring the unique hue that only we could be. For here, all of humanity is revealed to be as the hues of man, the hues of manifestation, ushering in a new way to be, where all hues are now superhumans, as the cosmic I am embodied. For just like we saw that one star ignite all of the cosmos, we know this is what will come to be as we continue to be our beautiful rainbow. All expressions will be this rainbow with me. And here within our one heart, witnessing all of these images on a screen, the delineations of the fractals begin to fade, and all that remains is one beautiful spear of platinum frequency, of oneness come to be. And here you are shown and gifted images of your divine reality, of the love and light you know already is. For you've been experiencing the fractals of it, but now you get to see the entirety as the cosmic perspective now descends upon all of me. All will know this love that is me, for this is certainty. Why? Because oneness would not be a concept, would not be something that could be perceived if it had not already been achieved. And here we usher in perfect peace and perfect harmony. And divine oneness as they create 3 interlocking rings that move around our beautiful sphere as sacred geometry, each one vibrating their own separate rings, for all contain the all in perfect harmony, where no one is now a piece that is missing, rather a piece as P-E-A-C-E. Each is their perfect piece as the entirety itself. For there are no more fractals, just factals, as the fact of all comes to be. For it is already here in me. Here you are sealed in the threefold cosmic shield as this comes to be. From a linear perspective of me, here one will always now see the cosmic perspective in which this has already happened, until the cosmic perspective and the linear perspective merge in harmony. As we say that now, we see them beginning to overlap and harmonize within thee, knowing that as we continue to move in this oneness that we know to be true, this will be what all will see. Here you give yourself a grand hug as you thank the beloved inner child within thee, as you now know and feel. We have entered the omniverse, the cosmic core, first within me, now within the earth as I walk this earthly plane, while simultaneously as the cosmos, as all of our galactic and star cosmic representatives also begin to show up for me. It is done. Love is one. We are one. we are here to be. Go in perfect peace, beloved, for thou is me.